When brothers grow up playing football together, oftentimes one seems to always outperform the other. I'm sure we all know Taulia Tagovailoa, who is the brother of Tua Tagovailoa, the current quarterback of the Miami Dolphins, but many of you might not know where he ended up. So I did some digging and what I found might be surprising. So let's reverse time just a little bit when Taulia was in high school. Taulia Tagovailoa's football career began at a high school in Hawaii that I can't pronounce, but he eventually transferred to Thompson High School in Alabama, probably to be closer to his brother, who was the quarterback of Alabama at the time. This would also allow him to get more exposure playing football in the heart of the South, and he would quickly catch a lot of attention from many college scouts, which wasn't much of a surprise. And Taulia did exceptionally well in high school. He would accumulate over 14,000 passing yards and 135 touchdowns, allowing him to set several Alabama State records. And just like his brother, Taulia was also named the State Gatorade Player of the Year, helping his team go to a 7A state championship game in 2018. So it's safe to say that expectations were high for Taulia going into college. In 2019, he committed to the University of Alabama, but as a freshman, he saw limited playing time. Taulia and Tua did have a brief period where they played both for the University of Alabama, but it didn't last long. During that season, Taulia played in just 5 games as a backup quarterback, before he finished the season 9 of 12 for 100 yards and 1 touchdown. Probably due to the lack of playing time or just not seeing any real chance to progress at Alabama, he transferred to the University of Maryland for more playing time and opportunities to lead a team. He quickly established himself as a starting quarterback, and this is exactly what he needed as a transfer from a top school. Yeah, sure, he proved himself as an elite quarterback in high school, but he hadn't really had a chance to do so in college until he moved to Maryland. And to say Taulia did well in college, in my opinion, would be an understatement. Even though they only won 7 games every year while he was there with a weak schedule, you gotta give credit where credit is due. And these are just some of the major accomplishments that Taulia had while at Maryland. Taulia set Big Ten records for career passing yards with 11,256 yards. He holds Maryland's records for career passing yards, completions with 955, and passing touchdowns with 76. He also set a single season record for passing yards with 3,860. Completions at 328, with a completion percentage of 69.2% in 2021. In 2023, Taulia led the Big Ten in completions, passing yards, and passing touchdowns. He also had notable performances, including a game with 5 passing touchdowns and 6 total touchdowns against Indiana. And he also had a record-breaking performance at Rutgers in 2023, throwing for an astonishing 361 yards and 3 touchdowns. So yeah, he was a beast, and it was safe to say that he made the right decision transferring to Maryland. But this is where things start to get a little interesting. See, although he put up big numbers, Maryland had a pretty weak schedule, and it seemed like Taulia just capitalized on putting up big numbers during those games. But strength and schedule aside, there were concerns about his overall play and ability to throw under high-pressure situations. His scouting report stated that his deep passes float and lose pace, allowing defenders to regain positioning underneath, and that he can be overzealous and test tight windows that he doesn't have the arm to challenge. There were also strengths in his game, like he flashes impressive velocity in short ranges and his decent speed, but at this point it seemed like the cons outweighed the pros for most NFL programs. Despite his college success, Taulia did not get drafted in the 2024 NFL Draft, but he was invited to Seattle Seahawks and Arizona Cardinals minicamps, but he unfortunately didn't secure a contract. It can be hard to pinpoint why, but often players just aren't a good system fit and just underperform. Being a little undersized didn't help Taulia either, but I'm not sure how much that played into his evaluation as an NFL quarterback. As of recently, Taulia still hasn't given up playing pro football. On June 10th, 2024, he signed with the Hamilton Tiger Cats of the Canadian Football League, and he can hopefully lead the team to a winning season, just after going 8-10. If he can prove to do that, maybe he'll have another shot at making an NFL roster, but I don't see him becoming an NFL star anytime soon, or playing with his brother again. But I will add that crazier things have happened. Let me know your thoughts and what you think of Taulia's needs, and if you think he needs another shot in the NFL. Do you think he lived up to the hype, or has he severely underperformed? I wish Taulia has had a better story up until this point, but the greatest comeback stories always happen when there's a huge underdog. So you never really know what might happen with Taulia in the end. He still has a lot of years to develop and become a great quarterback. In the meantime, while he's training and he's working his butt off to be the best quarterback he can be sure to check out more of my content and watch my latest video. I will see you next time. Peace.